Welcome to the Think Freely podcast.
What do you mean?
That I found where you work.
Oh, yes. Yes. Did Portia bring you here?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she helped me follow the signs.
Good, good. Well, we are in my podcasting studio. Do you
Oh,
know what a podcast is?
no.
Could you guess what it is?
Podcast.
Think about it.
Uh, Place for recording little things.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So we have this sound studio set up, and I still have to put this foam properly in place, but I'm gonna do that later tonight when the spray adhesive won't interfere with anyone's breathing. Um, but we're here on my podcast, Think Freely.
Mm-hmm.
And Think Freely is where we talk about technology and how different types of situations that humans are in
Mm-hmm.
interacts with technology. And you've been around technology. You're a savvy technologist. You've been exposed to all kinds of technology, right?
Oh, you're sweet.
No, but think about it. Like, how fast could you type when you were going to business college? Isn't that technology?
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays you can actually talk into the computer and it will type for you.
Hmm.
You think would you be using that today if you had to do some work?
I guess, yeah.
Would you be available for some work on Thursdays and Fridays?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to put you to work. So, do you see us in the picture?
Yeah.
Do we look good? Do a classic kiss on the cheek. So, what's your name?
Mom.
Yes, that is it. What is your formal name? Your given name? Hmm?
What's my formal name?
Well,
You know your name.
you used to always go by Becky, but now what do you go by?
Rebecca.
What's your full name?
Rebecca Marie Gray.
Yes, and you're my mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And am I the skinny baby or the fat baby?
The skinny little baby.
No, that's the other one. I was 1 pound, 1 ounce more, and you called me a fat baby. Skinny baby was 7'7". Anyway, so is it okay if we work with talking about some of memory and Alzheimer's related topics and share what we've learned with
Hmm.
people that are
Hmm.
going through the same thing?
Hmm.
Would that be helpful? Or do you not want to talk about it? You want to keep it a secret?
No, it would be helpful for me and hopefully helpful for others.
Hmm, that's cool. We appreciate that. And all along, when we've been working with you, we've been taking video footage and little clips along the way, sometimes outings, sometimes going to different restaurants, sometimes just walking in the hall and shopping at stores, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to probably go back and tell some stories about the journey that you've been on. Did you find something interesting in that book?
Chat web.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's just a random note that I have in there. Thank you for bringing that up. Our sponsor is Honeycomb Digital. No, I'm just kidding. Um, so yes, ChatWeb, that is dealing with some technology stuff we're doing using the ChatGPT stuff. Um, so how was your day and did you see Janet today?
Did we?
Was she there?
Yeah, she was there this morning.
Did you
I think she left early around 2 o'clock today.
Okay.
She was there, and Tessa.
A very good friend and another friend. And did you get food and did you help straighten things up and serve food and clean the tables and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You're at the activity center, right?
Yes.
That's called the Goodwill Activity Center, right? For adults,
Hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have been utilizing daycare services to balance the amount of work or intensity between myself and our caregiver that's dedicated throughout the week, every week.
Hmm.
And Portia, we're not necessarily going to have you right now on screen, but we're going to be doing other clips where you'll be, obviously, people will know who you are. Or do you want to stick your head in? Here's Portia, and let's all get in for a quick shot. There we are. 1, 2, 3, click. There we go. It's like going into a photo booth, Mom. So what are some
She's
things?
wonderful.
Well, I know that.
Thanks, thanks.
But she's been with you, helping you when I'm at work or if I'm elsewhere doing something semi-productive. Portia is helping you,
Mm-hmm.
and she's been with you for almost 3 years. 3 years. Amazing. And that's really because you're so active. We need a program manager for you to help you with intake of blueberries, intake of bananas and almond butter. The amount of green tea that you consume is serious, right? How much green tea do you drink in a day, Mom? You're getting cues from
Like,
your Alzheimer handler, the ALZ handler.
so even
Oh, you still have a little chocolate right here. That must have been because we are consuming a lot of dark chocolate, right? And what is dark chocolate to you? Like how does that make you feel when you eat it? And do you eat it all day or just up to a certain time of day?
Till a certain time of day, right?
Is
Yeah.
that 2 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
today we cheated a little bit.
Oh,
It was
it's
a late piece
a
of
late piece of chocolate. But generally we try to keep it earlier in the day, right?
Early.
Why is that? What's in the dark chocolate that might cause a problem?
Caffeine.
Mm-hmm. So, so dark chocolate's a big thing that you like. Green tea, which is really good. Corn on the cob, is that a favorite of yours?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that stands out that you like to particularly have to eat? Huh?
Corn on the cob.
Blueberry? How about blueberry bars?
Oh, blueberry. Oh, I'm a blueberry freak.
Yes, very good. So, we hope that through the experiences on this podcast, we'll be able to tell some of the stories and the bumps in the road and how we solve those problems. Sometimes, when we use technology, when we use just collaborative teamwork, when we use our own fast way of documenting what happened, so that when we transfer from one caregiver to another, we know that all of the checklist has been done.
Mm-hmm.
And some of this we created as a system because the first year, what, 3/4 of a year, half a year, 3/4, first 3/4 of a year, we were at one facility. They could not perform and help out with even simple routines. And then we went to another facility that we gave it a full year, and they were not able to do a very simple one item part of her routine and even helping her in a routine way get into bed at night. And so we modified our home in 3 months prior, and then we gave notice and we extracted Mom from the second facility, and our caregiver Portia came with us, and we set up shop where did we set up shop, Mom? At my house?
Mm-hmm.
And is what do you call it, the chocolate house?
Yes.
Because it's what color? Green. No, no, I'm just kidding. What color?
Dark brown.
Yes. Yes. And so it seems familiar when you see it over and over again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mom will say, it's starting to look familiar. This looks familiar. That's the house. And it's really nice, isn't it? Does it feel good to come home?
Yes.
And are you tired right now, or do you enjoy talking? Are you still awake and alert?
I feel
Good?
relaxed.
You feel good because you've had a full day, and I bet you didn't even take a nap today.
No naps.
No naps, no, straight through. And you have a lot of fun though at the daycare facility. And we do that daycare to offset again the daytime commitment and activity of both the caregiver, Portia, and myself, the other caregiver. And between the two of us, we cover 24-hour care, 7 days a week, nonstop. And the daycare gives us an offset and allows us to take a break and just take a breather, right? And then you hang out with some good friends that you've met, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that goes well for you.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
They remember me and I remember them.
That's, isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what friends are for?
Yes, mutual remembrance.
Yeah. And it's good to have something consistent like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Predictable.
Predictable. It kind of helps print it in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. What do you remember that at our house we have a cat? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And what do we do with that kitty?
It's what does she do with us?
Well, do we give it, do we play with toys with it or do we give it treats?
Treats
Do we give them on the floor or do we give it on the stoop?
on the stoop.
Yeah. So we have a pretty good routine and when the cat's finished it, you'll say, "Give her some more treats." Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she cries and she needs attention there. Um, but anyway, this is just a introductory conversation to kind of talk a little bit about how Alzheimer's can be accomplished in the home setting. And really we talk a little bit about the expense. We'll cover a lot of different topics, and please like and subscribe and share if you want to hear more about this topic. But we're going to dive into each topic in little tidbits that are going to talk about how we use cameras to ring doorbells and other technology inside the house to monitor movement and safety for to prevent mom from having a fall, right?
Mm.
So we use alerts. You're always hearing little alerts and things going off in the house. Cling, cling, all kinds of other sounds.
Yeah.
And that's because Portia and I are running around and responding to those alarms. If you suddenly want to get up, we'll know about it
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be there for. The risk of a fall for Alzheimer's is probably a big risk because you don't want to break something, do you?
No.
Want to be safe? So you're willing to work with us on that?
Yes.
And we'll stay with you. We'll help you to the bathroom. We'll help you.
Yes, please.
We'll help you with all the routines of the daily living,
Mm-hmm.
right? And am I a doctor or am I an occupational therapist?
Both.
Well, thank you. No, what am I actually? Am I just a therapist? Occupational therapist?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I play a doctor, don't I? Don't I pretend to be one?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And you do have the wisdom of a doctor,
that's
the
awfully sweet.
far-reaching knowledge.
Are you just saying that, or are you just saying that because you're my mom?
No, it's true.
Okay. Okay. And let me ask something else that's true. Do you like eating Jersey Mike subs?
Oh, yes.
That's also true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are two things that are true. And well, we're gonna go ahead and put this video clip out and basically send an alert that we're going to be covering this topic of Alzheimer's, and we're going to try to help people understand how to do it because the money that goes into these care centers, if you're not monitoring whether the service is being provided, then it's very likely that that money is not being used in the care of your loved one. And so it's a loss for the care level. It's a loss of money that could have been used elsewhere. And it's a multiple ways loss. And I know Portia, you were talking about that today particularly, and I think I'm not coming up with all the different areas where this is kind of a miss, but one of the other areas is in a community, if you have Alzheimer's as one of the most expensive caregiving scenarios in the world, at least in the United States, um, if the money gets spent on a care center and resources are drained, that money does not go into the local community. It does not go into local businesses and supporting, activities and purchases, shopping or other things. That money will go to a particular care provider. And if they're not delivering the care, that's draining resources at a very high rate per household within a community, and it's draining those massive chunks of maybe stored wealth that a house or part of a house or some sort of a property or any kind of asset that could be leveraged to help caregiving. If that's liquidated and that money is not, say, effectively used for the care, then it's a loss for the community as well. So we're gonna try to explain how we've been doing stuff and explain how to use the technology, how to use kind of like our go-to documentation whiteboard. And we'll break down all of that in different program segments. And do you want to say anything to other people who are struggling with, because you told me a long time ago, you said, I'm smart enough to know my brain's not working. You said, I'm not remembering everything, right? And you told me that a while ago. That was maybe
Yes.
10, maybe even 13 years ago, right?
Yes.
And then it got a little bit more in more recent years. And we can try to share some of the things we've learned with other people and help them. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's say goodbye to the camera up here. Say goodbye to the camera. This is the one that has the camera in it. You see it? And let me give you a kiss. Mwah. So, and we'll be back on again, and you'll meet probably also Portia. We'll have some dialogues, and we'll talk through a lot of different scenarios,
Good,
and we'll have a good time.
good.
Okay. Thanks, Mom. Thanks for being on the
Good.
podcast. We'll hope you come back again sometime.
Is it okay to go for the lunchroom
Yeah, let's go get some food. Dinner. It's dinner time.
dinner time?
Yeah, let's go for dinner.
Okay.
Okay. We'll say goodbye. Thank you.
What's this for?
It's for you. Mine's still coming. What?
I can't believe it.
What's the flavor? Has a good flavor? What do you want now, Mom?
Just a cookie. There's one of those we could get it and
You see
break it.
cookies?
Share it.